And streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, the court date for Fernando Acosta Jr., the man accused of Amanda Johnson's murder, is reset again. Acosta remains out on bond. And the Biden administration intends to announce an interim rule to reclassify marijuana for the first time since the Controlled Substances Act became law in 1971. Plus, a suspect arrested by Victoria police faces 20 charges in 4 counties. Find out which charges they are straight ahead.
And some of us out there this morning are experiencing just a little bit of drizzle, but that's not the only rain we're going to get today. We could see some strong to severe thunderstorms. We'll take a look at that in the weather coming up.
Victoria West baseball postseason bound for the first time in 7 years. Hear from 2 more seniors coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the first day of May 2024. The time is now 6:31 on our Wednesday morning, and today it is New Homeowners Day.
New Homeowners Day. That's a great day.
Oh yeah, homeowners work really hard to be able to get to that point.
I was going to say, when I first, honestly, anytime I move into like a new place, it's like I love that feeling. Like it's a new smell.
New
it's
house
a new
smell.
Oh yes, I love that. I miss my new house smell.
So according to this little fact I found, the typical homeowner stays in their house for 13.2 years. That sounds about right.
Like in the same house? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say that sounds about right. Yeah, interesting.
Well, Parker, how are our homeowners? How should they be preparing for the weather today?
Well, homeowners in Victoria and the Crossroads, we have a chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms. I know I hate to say that, but just I'm talking the last 2 hours, the latest computer models are suggesting maybe some strong to severe thunderstorms coming our way this afternoon and also overnight tonight. But we're going to take a look at that just a second, because if you're tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live here in Eastern Victoria. We've got another lovely, beautiful, warm morning out there, 76 degrees right now, and also plenty humid. It's actually a summer-like warm day out there, 73-degree dew point, 3 degrees off that temperature. Got a 91% humidity, but that's not enough for fog. In fact, looking at your visibility, none of us are really seeing fog out there. Maybe down in Refugio and Rockport, very thin fog, but it is enough for some drizzle. In fact, looking at your radar this morning, you can see up in Cuero, it's your Goliad, maybe Karnes City, and maybe Hallettsville as well. Might be seeing just a couple sprinkles of drizzle out there this morning. But you might be thinking that's not enough to get an umbrella, is it? Well, it is coming our way in the afternoon and overnight tonight. In fact, looking at your future tracker here, like I was saying, we have a chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms coming our way in the late afternoon and also overnight tonight. In fact, this isn't even the latest run for this, the latest computer model. The latest one has some stronger stuff in the afternoon. So please be weather aware today in the afternoon and also overnight tonight right after 4 a.m. because here comes the second wave right after 4 a.m. come flying through the Crossroads. And I'm not expecting anything crazy because the National Weather Service only has a level 1 out of 5 risk, but I do have a possible alert day issue for today, so please be weather aware for today. But we're going to take a look at all that more on the timing in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. The court date for Fernando Acosta Jr., the man accused of Amanda Johnson's murder, is reset again. The new date is set for June 20th at 1:30 p.m. at the Matagorda County Courthouse. Acosta turned himself in to the Matagorda County Jail and is now out on bond. His bond was set at $500,000 on Sunday, April 18th, 2021, 3 years ago. The Matagorda County Sheriff's Office found human remains in a burned-out 2018 Ford Explorer. The remains were identified as Amanda Johnson. Acosta is indicted for this crime. The judge presiding over Donald Trump's hush money case held the former president in criminal contempt Tuesday for violating a gag order. Judge Merchant found Mr. Trump committed 9 violations of the gag order through a series of posts on Truth Social attacking witnesses and jurors, as well as offending posts on his campaign website. Mr. Trump will be fined $1,000 for each violation, and the judge also ordered the former president to remove the post by 2:15 p.m. yesterday. Judge Merchant warned in his decision that he would not tolerate further violations and even threatened the former president with potential jail time. Protesters at Columbia University broke windows and occupied Hamilton Hall on the school's campus early Tuesday. Protesters at the university marched across the campus and occupied the building after midnight. Many of them wore helmets, safety glasses, gloves, and masks while barricading the entrance. School officials have said those who failed to disband the 2-week-old encampment by 2 p.m. yesterday would face disciplinary action. The college announced it has already begun suspending those who refuse to leave the encampment. We'll go to Washington for more later. The Biden administration intends to announce an interim rule to reclassify marijuana for the first time since the Controlled Substances Act became law in 1971. The DEA is expected to okay an opinion from the Department of Health and Human Services to reclassify cannabis from a Schedule I, the strictest classification, to Schedule III, which is less rigorous. Marijuana is currently in the same category as heroin and LSD, meaning a drug with no accepted medical use and the potential for abuse. This would mark the first time the federal government will acknowledge marijuana's potential medicinal benefits and begin to study them. And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We ask you, do you agree with the reclassification of marijuana? Okay, let's take a look. Oh wow, this has shifted quite significantly since the last half hour. Now just 35% of you say yes and 65% of you say no. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. Residents will vote in the Board of Trustee race for District 2 in the Victoria ISD. On the ballot is Andy Rakovich. He's a project manager who once served as president of the Victoria Young Republicans. In March, he faced backlash for a social media post that some deemed anti-Semitic. Rakovich wants to ensure inclusivity and representation for all in the community.
I addressed it the only way I know how, which is reach out to the people that were upset or hurt by my comments. To understand why. I have learned a lot along the way. However, I don't think it pertains to this election. I don't think it will influence it one way or the other.
Rakovich faces incumbent Bridget Marshall. In July 2023, Marshall joined the District 2 Trustee Board. Marshall is the Victoria College Department Chair of Humanities and an English instructor. She says she plans to use her 20 years of education for this role. Victoria police arrested a 22-year-old suspect Monday. Jaslyn Heron faces 4 charges, including hindering apprehension or prosecution of a known felon and tampering with physical evidence with the intent to impair an investigation. She's in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of a $75,500 bond. A suspect arrested by Victoria police faces 20 charges in 4 counties. 27-year-old Marphilip White is charged in Victoria County with tampering with physical evidence with the intent to impair and manufacture with the intent to impair an investigation and the manufacturing and delivery of a controlled substance. Among the 10 charges White faces in Fort Bend County are 2 charges of deadly conduct and discharge of a firearm. He also faces 3 charges in Harris County and 4 in Wharton County. White is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of a $233,500 bond. A Calhoun County suspect is wanted for questioning in Palacios. Calhoun County deputies arrested 45-year-old Terrence Posel on a violation of probation and possession of a controlled substance. Posel is also a suspect in multiple burglaries reported in Palacios. He's in the Calhoun County Jail in lieu of a $50,000 bond. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now, let's take a look at our clock. It is 6:39 on our Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now. Sunrise. Women in perimenopause may be more likely to experience depression.
I'm ABC's Perry Russum in Washington. Police in New York take back a building from protesters at Columbia University. We have video from inside. That story coming up.
And also coming up after the break, we'll take a look at your school bus forecast, followed by your marine forecast, and later on Sunrise, we'll take another look at that warm weather coming away, and same with the thunderstorms. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If y'all are tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Cuero. Look at that, the sun's starting to slowly come up and you got a nice little purple bluish sky that's exposed out there under that cloud cover right now. But another lovely warm and humid morning out there again. Right now 74 degrees in Cuero, but the dew point 2 degrees off that temperature at a very wet 72 degrees. You got a 94% humidity out there, so plenty humid out there. It's not enough for fog, at least in the southern counties. Y'all might see some very, very thin fog, but not enough for fog, but it is enough for drizzle. Some of us out there are seeing some drizzle. Looks like in Cuero might have a couple drops of drizzle. But if you're seeing your kiddos out the door, unless you're in Cuero, you don't need that umbrella. Actually, I'm going to recommend that umbrella because then the afternoon we have a chance for some showers and thunderstorms starting at about 75 as they're heading out the door, and then the afternoon I'm thinking about 86 with some scattered showers and thunderstorms that could be strong to severe, so please be weather aware for today. So it's not going to be the greatest day to go fishing because of the chance for thunderstorms out there, but if you are, it's slightly choppy bays, 2 to 3 feet with your winds 10 to 15 knots out of the east-southeast. But I do have a possible alert day issued for today, and I'm going to let Maclovio confirm that today if you'd like to do that or not, because of the strong storms coming overnight tonight and in the afternoon. And we're going to take a look at all that and more, though, in just a few more moments. And that's it for weather. Good look at sports now with Zach Brown.
It has been 7 years since the West Warriors baseball team has last made the postseason, which means we have an entire new batch of seniors who have never seen postseason playing baseball until now, when they love playing for new head coach Jay Perez.
It really does put I feel like we lost a lot of confidence with the coaching, the coaching change, and he just kind of took charge, really, brought our confidence back, like that the season was going to be good. I mean, as you can see, we're here now,
I think what mainly we've had to overcome was there's been a lot of adjustments, and that baseball is a game of adjustments. With our head coach getting released, it kind of shocked a lot of us, and Coach Perez stepped up and he filled that role, and he filled it really, really well. Not just as a coach, but as a family. He helped unite every single one of our players on this team, not even just varsity, JV, and freshman team. He made sure that every one of us were treated the same, and every time we always had a purpose when we came out here, and he made sure that we, got things done.
Those guys excited to experience the postseason, and as you can hear, they love Coach Jay Perez. And I didn't get a chance to say this on sports last night, but the Houston Astros did walk it off. That is 3 wins in a row. With your 25 Sports Now, I'm Zach Brown.
Thank you, Zach. All right, we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today. Plus, you can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. Now back to the campus protest. Police in New York City say they've cleared a building at Columbia University that protesters took over for 20 hours. Nearly 50 people have been arrested. A spokesperson for the university says they've called the police, saying they were left with no choice.
New York City police inside Hamilton Hall at Columbia University, searching for protesters who took over the building. Officers getting inside multiple ways, including using this SWAT truck to get in through a window on the 2nd floor. Dozens of people arrested, with protesters chanting outside. More demonstrators arrested after the scuffle with police. The decision for police to move in came with the request of Columbia's president. In a letter to police, she writes, "The building occupation, encampments, and related disruptions pose a clear and present danger."
These once peaceful protests are being exploited by professional outside agitators.
Columbia is one of several colleges and universities around the country seeing demonstrations, including here at UCLA overnight, where pro-Israeli demonstrators surrounded a pro-Palestinian encampment. At Stanford, teachers standing by students.
Campuses across the United States, even places like Humboldt State. I mean, obscure places as well as Columbia. So it's really bridged the gap between all these different kinds of institutions.
And back at Columbia, in that letter to police, the university is asking officers to have a presence on campus through at least May 17th. That is 2 days after commencement there. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
The time is now 6:45 on our Wednesday morning. Still to come, a fatal tornado hit Kansas Tuesday night. A Okay, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Titus. Happy 23rd birthday, Titus, from Mom, Elliot, and the twins. We love you.
Happy birthday, Titus. I love that name. Cool name. And also happy birthday to country music star Tim McGraw. He's turning 57 today, and he's the singer of Where the Green Grass Grows. He's got so many good songs.
And happy 3rd birthday to Scout. Happy 3rd birthday, Doodles. We love you. Mimi and Papa.
Happy birthday, Scout. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More, and under Home, you'll see KVU to submit your birthday.
And the time is now 6:46 on our Wednesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I hope you loved yesterday's nice warm weather we had. Yesterday got up to 89 degrees, and I'm going to tell you that was only for like maybe 5 minutes. We lasted at 89 degrees. And also wanted to tell you that this was reported at the airport. So here in the city, we might have gotten to 90 for just a few minutes. But I'm thinking if you liked yesterday's weather, I hope you did at least, because we've got another day kind of like it coming our way today. Just a tad bit cooler today. I'm thinking about 87 for the high temperature, 86 or 87 for the high temperatures today. But further out west in Texas, you go over near the Mexico border, they're going to be in the mid-90s over there. Quite a warm one, also 90 up there in Amarillo as well. But we got plenty more warm weather coming our way. In fact, you might want to get ready and start drinking water, start getting acclimated to that heat, because here comes the heat. In fact, look at your next 5 days here going into tomorrow. We'll get 86 tomorrow, but then we're in the upper 80s this weekend into next week. And on Tuesday, not shown here, I've got a high of 91. And mid next week, we've got mid 90s. But we're going to take a look at those warm temperatures and the thunderstorm chances and more in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Women in perimenopause may be more likely to experience depression. That's according to a study published Tuesday in the Journal of Affective Disorders. The study quantified the risk of depression during a woman's transition into menopause, known as perimenopause. It reveals that women in this stage of life are about 40% more likely to experience the mental health condition than premenopausal women. Study authors say there needs to be more awareness about the mental health shift so women can receive the appropriate help. People seem to love betting on things these days, so why not video games? Dave & Buster's is working to make that happen. The arcade and restaurant operator has partnered with a gaming provider called Lucra. The idea is that customers will be able to place wagers on game outcomes using the Dave & Buster's app. The betting function is expected to be available in 44 states and limited to players who are at least 18 years old. Lucra says there will be limits on bets, but didn't say what that is. The company did say the average bet between users is $10. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Today, the Federal Reserve is expected to announce its interest rate decision following a two-day meeting. A fatal tornado hit Kansas Tuesday night. One person is dead and 3 more are seriously injured after the twister left its mark in Westmoreland. 22 houses were destroyed during the storm or deemed unlivable, leaving multiple families without a place to live. A temporary shelter is open to help those who were displaced while crews are continuing to assess the damage. Today, the Federal Reserve is expected to announce its interest rate decision following a two-day meeting. But federal officials aren't expected to make any immediate changes to interest rates. The annual inflation rate fell from 9.1% in June of 2022 to 3.1% in January of this year. Stubborn inflation rates have raised concerns about when the next interest rate cut could happen. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has previously said there's no rush to cut rates, but will likely be pressured on how many cuts are in store. The details of the decision are expected to be announced during a Wednesday afternoon press conference. World Central Kitchen has resumed operations in Gaza 1 month after An airstrike killed several of its workers. In a statement on X, the organization announced it served 200,000 meals to displaced Palestinians Tuesday. The nonprofit says it has provided more than 43 million meals in Gaza to date, and that there are 276 trucks ready to enter through Rafah with enough food for 8 million meals. The group also plans to send trucks north. World Central Kitchen shut down operations after 7 of its 8 workers were killed in an Israeli military strike in the Gaza Strip on April 1st. The Commission on Presidential Debate says it's sticking to its planned debate schedule. Starting in early September, the Commission is extending debate invitations to qualifying candidates. Afterward, the Trump campaign asked the Commission to move the dates earlier and to add more debates. Former President Donald Trump's campaign managers criticized the commission in a statement. They said refusing to move up the dates of the debate is unacceptable and, quote, a grave disservice to the American public, end quote. Trump's campaign extended an invitation to American networks to host a debate. The Victoria County jury summoned for this morning, May 1st at 8:30 a.m. is canceled for the Justice of the Peace number 3 and will not be rescheduled. An early voting has ended in Victoria County for the May 4th election. Here are the numbers from the election administrator. 237 people voted in person on Tuesday, making 1,073 in-person votes total. 25 mail-in votes were received Tuesday, totaling 681 mail-in votes received. And Victoria County is having Election Day on Saturday, May 4th. You can go to one of 19 polling locations across the county, and those polling locations will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. An update. The U.S. Supreme Court on Tuesday allowed the age verification component of Texas's internet porn law to remain in effect. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now we have time for a look at our cloudy sunrise. And Parker, can we expect some severe weather today? Do I need to get an umbrella?
Yeah, I might get that umbrella out for today and also for overnight tonight. We're going to look at that just a second because if you're tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live here in Port Lavaca. Another nice warm morning out there, 78 degrees, and that's actually a summertime low temperature. Very nice and very humid as well. I might add with the dew point at 75 degrees. But look at the timing here. Here we go. Starting out this morning, this is 9 a.m. Maybe a couple isolated showers out there in our neck of the woods here in the Crossroads. And then as we go into the afternoon, that's going to be a different story. This is actually the latest run here of the computer model. And as you can see here, maybe a couple strong thunderstorms in the afternoon, finally cutting off as we go into probably right around 6 p.m. And then as we go into tonight, that is a different story because here comes the strong thunderstorms. You can see here, right here, midnight and going into 3, 4, 5 p.m. That's a good chance for some strong thunderstorms. But even the National Weather Service has a level 1 out of 5 risk, but I wouldn't be surprised if they update that. In fact, we have a possible alert day for today, so make sure to be weather aware for today.
Thank you for keeping us up to date, Parker.
Of course, Carolina.
And thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join Don, Mac, and Zach today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.